The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles. And broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Cowboys Nation, welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Kristi Scales, Aisha Morrison, and wake up! It's wake up! To talk Cowboys football, Arizona Cardinals in Monday Night Football. We can expect a special caller in a few to give us some exclusive insights on the Arizona Cardinals. Can't wait for that. But first, we got the injury report. We got some good news. We got some
news.
Yeah. What you got, Aisha?
So Elijah Clark, safety, had the rib injury during the game. He did not practice yesterday. Jack Sanborn is dealing with a groin. He did not practice. Was that a surprise to you, ladies? Because I know he was dealing with the concussion.
So in warm-ups, they weren't sure if he was going to play or not. They needed to see how he came through. He went out early pregame, and the suspicions were confirmed that he wouldn't be able to play.
Okay. Yes,
so he was a game day decision.
Thank you for that. Donovan Wilson is still dealing with the elbow/shoulder. He did not practice, so safety room still kind of in limbo. Johnny Cornelius, it was limited yesterday with the knee. DeMarion Overshone in that practice window was limited with the knee. Savon Ravel limited with the knee. Still feels like both of those guys are kind of ramping up a tiny bit. Tyler Smith with his knee, the tinnitus, he was limited. Wanye Thomas was limited with the migraine. That's a good sign for the safety room as he's trying to get back. Perrion Winfrey, his practice, 21-day practice window was opened earlier this week. He was limited in practice. Cooper Beebe, this is huge going into this game with the ankle, full practice. Feels like he's going to suit up on Monday. That is something to look forward to for this Dallas offensive line. Kenny Clark with the elbow, full practice. Marshawn Nealon, ankle, full practice. And Reddy Stewart with a thigh injury was full in practice.
Good things to come, especially talking about your starting center back. Of course, Clayton Adams talking about, the good job that Brock Hoffman did in place of Coop, but there's nothing like having your starting piece back in terms of the communication. Just getting BB back, how big is that at such a time like this, especially when you're going into the bye week and you need that momentum heading into the second half of the season?
Yeah, it is. He's the better player. We all appreciate what Brock Hoffman has done and really admirably filled in and the edge that he brings. But sure, you want Cooper Beebe. And so I think that could be really big. Help the run game too, right? So that's a positive. For me, the concern is that Donovan Wilson not practicing at all. Mm-hmm. And with Wanye, he was limited last week, and he ended up not playing. So, it's good news for offensive line, but still huge problems with safety moving forward.
Yeah, I still don't know what that safety room is going to pan out to be. I think this matchup on the outside is it's a little different than what the Broncos brought to you. But in regards to getting Cooper Beebe back, you're going up against a defensive line, again, that doesn't register a whole bunch of sacks. But they do have guys across that defensive line that can get after the passer. Also, too, when you bring up the communication, Nicole, is you think about the fact that the Cardinals will have a lot of simulated pressures and bring different blitzes. And simulated pressures means you don't know who's coming, who's blitzing, who's dropping into coverage. They'll kind of mix that up. They'll blitz their safeties. So having your center, to your point, ladies, at the center of that offensive line, I think is going to be big in this game. And this is a good run defense, a better run defense. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to try to really get up on those guys and attack the edges like we were talking about earlier this week.
You know what else is big?
What's that?
Having the one and only Dani Surek call in.
Come on.
Show. Dani Surek, Arizona Cardinals reporter, former Dallas Cowboy.
We miss you, girl.
How you doing?
What an intro. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. It was only right? Mm-hmm. Had to do it. But we're going to get straight to the point. I know you have things to do, but just talking about Kyler Murray, what's the news there? Because we're hearing mixed reports. He's going to play. They're preparing for him to play. They're not preparing for him to play. He's missed a couple of games. What can you tell us about Kyler Murray's situation right now?
Well, head coach Jonathan Gannon told the media Thursday that they are preparing Murray as the starter. Now, Murray was still a limited participant in practice Thursday, which is really their first week. The bonus practice they had Tuesday coming out of the bye week was just that. It was a bonus practice, not even an official injury report after that practice. Murray has missed the last 2 games with a foot injury and then had that extra week off with the bye week, which came at a good time for him to recover and get healthy. There were reports from national reporters that, Murray is expected to play, and he was practicing with, ones and twos out on the field this week, where weeks prior when he was a limited participant and he didn't play, he was throwing to receivers on the practice squad. So that is definitely a step in the right direction. And if he's able to come back, that's a huge boost for this offense, and not in a disrespectful way to back up Jacoby Brissett, who actually did a very nice job moving the chains in the 2 starts he had with the Cardinals. But Murray just offers a different skill set, and especially with his legs. So it's still a ways away from that decision having to be made, especially, the extra day on a Monday game gives this team an extra day to make a final decision on that based on Murray's health. But I will tell you, if Murray is healthy enough to play, he will play. He is that competitive, and the fact that this is his hometown team, an AT&T Stadium where he's 9-0, dating back to high school, if he's healthy enough to play, he'll be out on that field.
Yeah. Let me ask, when he wasn't made available for his normal media availability this week, do you think they're playing games with, trying to make the Cowboys wonder if it's going to be him or Brissett, or just the fact that it's a day later? What do you think was going on there? Are they trying to pull a Baltimore here with a Lamar Jackson? What do you think?
No, not pull Lamar Jackson. I think it's probably a little bit of both, Kristi. It's a little bit of a chess game. But the reality is having the game pushed back a day later than normal does give the team some more options to do that. What is interesting is the last 2 times the Cardinals made that decision, and ended up being Brissett who played. Now, that was 3 weeks ago that started, of not really having an idea that first time Brissett started until game day, whether or not Murray was going to be healthy enough to go. So that's understandable. But I think part of it, too, is just having the game move back a day and really making sure that Murray's healthy enough and ready to go. But I don't make those decisions on who speaks and when they speak. Unfortunately, Kristi, I'm not that high up on the totem pole.
Dani, when you start looking at y'all's running back room, it has been decimated by injuries to start the season. It seems like Bam Knight might get the bulk of the carries this weekend, and I just wanted to know just kind of how the team feels about that. Is there any optimism about his ability to run the ball, and what are you folks expecting over there?
There is optimism with Bam Knight. It was somewhat of a surprise that he was the final running back on the initial 53 to round out that room, just because he was a newcomer. You're right, it has absolutely been decimated. The Cardinals lose the heart and soul of this offense, James Conner, in a run-first offense, to a pretty gnarly injury early in the season. And the following week, Trey Benson gets hurt, and you have to put your starting running back on injured reserve back-to-back weeks. And this is the final week that Benson has to miss for IR. So that'll be a name to keep an eye on moving forward if he makes his return from a knee injury. Bam Knight has looked good, though, in the opportunities he's had. And that number's just going to skyrocket this week against the Cowboys, because the Cardinals had originally called up Michael Carter. They had signed him to the active roster from the practice squad. And then this week they decided to cut him and re-sign him to the practice squad, which tells me that Knight is going to get majority of the carries. Now, Amari DiMercado, who is typically the third down back, is limited with an ankle injury but has been out at practice. So that leads me to believe, especially with the move to Carter, that it's trending towards Amari being able to play, which he hadn't the last game because of that ankle injury. But what Knight does a really good job of is moving north and south, not necessarily east to west. And he's got a little bit of a twitch to him. He can turn the jets on. But for a Cardinals offense that has really struggled to run the ball, look, this is an opportune time against truly a Cowboys defense that is struggling in a lot of ways, including against the run. And this is an opportunity for the Cardinals to kind of get things going in that area, especially if Benson is able to make his return next week. And even with Benson and with Connor to start the season, they struggled to run the ball, which has been a big talking point out in Arizona just because of the carryover in personnel on offense, including that offensive line, that running backs room, the quarterback, the play caller. So that is an area of the offense that the Cardinals absolutely want to pick up in the back half of the season.
Basically, she
said they miss Clayton Adams.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Because that's what was
Great coach.
What was the perception of Clayton Adams there, and when he left for the Cowboys, was it perceived as a blow? Because he's been a godsend here in Dallas, and you know how badly the Cowboys struggled with running the ball last year, and it's just a whole new thing this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Big props to Clayton Adams. Look, everyone in the building had a lot of respect for him and still has a lot of respect for him. And you understand that move it's not a lateral move. That's a huge promotion. It's become an offensive coordinator in the league. So everyone in the building was excited for him. And I will say, it's not always as easy as just an offensive line coach, right? You can only coach so much, and then it's in the player's hands to a certain extent. But yeah, I mean, look, Adams did a lot of really great things for this Cardinals offense, and you guys are getting a good look at that now in Dallas. So excited for him on that front.
I want to stick to y'all's offense, but Kyler Murray specifically and his mobility. I mean, he's the leading rusher over there. My goodness. But you talk about this Dallas run game defensive run game has struggled all year against mobile quarterbacks, running backs as a whole. But how much do you expect to see Kyler Murray's mobility, considering he is coming off of an injury?
That's a really great question. And I think that's a question that is probably not going to have a lot of light shed on it until Murray does speak to media. He's got 173 rushing yards, which not only makes him the leading rusher on the team, but you're right, Nicole, he was the only quarterback to lead their team in rushing yards. And that's not necessarily a great stat, but then when you look at the nuance of it and you see that very few quarterbacks, maybe the size of Lamar Jackson, really has that ability, that skill set that Murray has. So it'll be interesting, absolutely, to see what mobility he has with his foot injury, given the fact that he's missed 2 weeks. Now, again, he did have that third week to rest up. I would still expect that there's to a certain extent, right, his ability to use his legs and to run and to keep a defense honest and to extend plays in a way that makes him unique in how he's able to do that. But that is for sure something to keep an eye on is how mobile will he be? Not only that, but how many designed run plays will the quarterback have given all of that? But again, if Murray's healthy enough to go out there, he will absolutely be suited up.
Yeah. I want to ask you about one of the truly ascending players throughout the entire league, really. I think last year, national stage just really exploded. But your Pro Bowl tight end, Trey McBride, and, the stats are terrific, Brissett included on third down conversions and stuff. And so how much of that do you think is McBride, and where have you seen the most growth? Because, again, I think he's an ascending player for the entire league.
Absolutely. I mean, especially without James Conner being on the field, Trey McBride has become the heart and soul of this offense, and not necessarily in the rah-rah type of way on the bench, more so how he plays the game and the spectacular plays that McBride makes. I mean, he's got an incredible catch radius, strong, sticky hands, and he refuses to go down on first contact. It takes multiple defenders to bring the Pro Bowl tight end down. He's got 5 or more receptions in all 7 games this year, which tells me that, while yes, he looked good with Jacoby Brissett, McBride has had 3 receiving touchdowns in those last 2 games. It also tells me that he's consistent with whichever quarterback he has out there. And amongst tight ends in the league, I mean, he's number 1 in targets, number 2 in catches behind Jake Ferguson. And he's number 6 in yards after catch. And for an offense that at the moment doesn't know who their quarterback is going to be and has been rolling with a backup, a run game that is still looking to get going, number 1 receiver who is still looking to have a breakout game of the season, it's all the more important to rely on the reliable players. And the most reliable player truly is McBride, who is just a force to be reckoned with.
That's a fantastic question. Dani, you gonna be here on Monday?
I think she's.
I sure will.
Are you going? You got. Sorry, I'm gonna ask a question about something else. You got some snacks or a food place that you gotta have when you come back to Dallas?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I'm greedy like that. I'll be
No, gosh, there's a lot of good sushi places out here. I've got a Greek restaurant that I've grown up loving out in the area called Costa's, but Hudson House is a classic go-to for me. Might have to get some barbecue.
Okay.
Truthfully, I'm actually here early. I got in late last night. I got home a little after midnight just to spend a few extra days here, and I'll mostly be on aunt duty, so it's kind of whatever my nephew is in the mood for.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for you, but I mean, you're kind of returning back to the house, so I wanted to know what you were looking forward to outside of the game.
Yeah, and you have a lot of the viewers and listeners of DallasCowboys.com and Cowboys Radio that are still fans of yours, and so I just want I say that truly. And are you loving working with the Cardinals, and how different is it from working with the Cowboys, if it is?
I am. It's been great. I truly can't believe that this is my 5th season, my 4th year. I went out September of 2021, and it's like you blink, and all of a sudden here you are. It really has been great. I'm really grateful, twofold, from a personal and professional standpoint of Phoenix is a great place to live. I find it to be similar to Dallas in a lot of ways. Doesn't get as cold. It's a little hotter, but it's a dry heat, right? So that's what everyone says, and it makes it a little more manageable. And in terms of work, it really has been a great spot for me to grow professionally as well. No market in the world covers the NFL and their local team the way Dallas market covers the Cowboys. I will tell you that. That was maybe one of the bigger adjustments, not necessarily in a negative light to the Cardinals, but in a very positive way to the work that the Dallas media, both those who work for the team and don't work for the team, do covering the Cowboys. But it really has been great, and I'm shocked how much time has flown by. And I am appreciative. I do still see some of the tweets and messages I get from Cowboys Nation from being there a handful of years ago at this point, and I am still just as appreciative and grateful for the love and support as I was back then.
What do you miss most about being in Dallas?
Oh, I'd be remiss if I didn't say my family, right? Family and friends that are out here. I am grateful, though, that it's a one-stop shop, right? To come back and see everyone. It's just one location. I get to see everyone. And, I miss the people that, I worked with out there. We always had a great time. So I'm excited to be back and to see some familiar faces who will be out at the stadium Monday.
All right, I've got one last question. I'm sorry. Clayton Adams talked about how much of an amazing player Budda Baker is. Talk about him and the challenge he will bring for a quarterback like Dak Prescott in terms of what you possibly look at pre-snap and what the coverage looks like and what he's doing post-snap.
There are not many Budda Bakers in the league, I will tell you that. Usually when an opposing quarterback is trying to read defense, they're not just looking for the mic, they're looking for number 3. I mean, Baker is as skilled physically and mentally as they come. He has seen it all at this point in the league, and he has such a unique skill set to be able to truly play all over the field. Quarterbacks don't like to throw his way very often, and with good reason. I mean, the Pro Bowl safety is just so skilled in his ability to also blitz and run through the tackles and be a force to be reckoned with there as well. And when you talk about the heart and soul of the offense being, a James Conner or Trey McBride, there is no doubt that it is Budda Baker on the defense. And that is someone who is more of that rah-rah player, is hyping people up on the bench, and he's making sure that people are locked in, and he's incredibly competitive. And, the Cardinals are very grateful and very lucky that he is on this defense. And it'll be interesting to see the role that Baker plays. And if we do see him blitzing a little bit more with the return of cornerback Garrett Williams, who is trending to return to the field Monday. Williams, who is one of the best slot corners in the league. That's how it ended last year with a couple of rankings. Has missed the last 5 games with a knee injury he suffered at the end of week 2, the Cardinals home opener. And Williams is somebody who is incredibly intelligent and very physically skilled in his ability out on the field. And he doesn't just play in the slot, but I would expect to see if Williams makes his return this week to maybe play outside a little bit. It was where he played in college at Syracuse, but Williams hasn't played outside as a Cardinal. Now, by the time training camp wrapped up, Cardinals were already without 2 of their starting cornerbacks in Sean Murphy-Bunting and Sterling Thomas. So we were seeing Williams play outside in training camp a little bit. Didn't really see that through the first 2 games necessarily, besides a handful of snaps. But if Williams makes his return Monday, I'll be curious to see where he lines up. And if he does line up, outside, or if he's able to slide in, you can add another cornerback like Max Melton or Keith Johnson, the rookie out there. How does that affect someone like Baker, right? If you have somebody like Williams in the slot and you have somebody that you can move him outside maybe, how does that open up the playbook for someone like Baker who you can and do use all over the field?
Do you think that he's going to, if he's on the outside, do you think he'll replace Max Melton?
That's a great question. I would expect them to use probably a bit of a rotation. They do that a little bit already. But look, they've both been playing well, but it would be hard to argue to bring the rookie Will Johnson off the field, who really has played very well, very clean, very disciplined football. The fact that he's not getting targeted the way that he was week 1 in New Orleans by Spencer Rattler really tells you the respect he is quickly garnering around the league.
All right, Dani, we appreciate you so much. We were going to let you go, our girl, but
awesome.
So great having you on here. You gave us some great stuff, and, I'm not wishing the best on Monday, but that's all right.
I understand. I appreciate y'all having me on. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday.
See you Monday, girl.
Thanks, Dani.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Great stuff from Dani.
That's
awesome.
That's great stuff.
I only met her
once. Secondary.
Yeah.
She's
that girl.
Terrific.
Awesome. She's so knowledgeable.
That's really good. I'm sure if I can find out more about Williams
because I wasn't
what they're expecting with the cornerback, and that would be interesting if he's an inside guy and they try him at outside, because they really could do different things with Budda Baker.
I don't want to see
Very interesting.
I don't want to see it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and then we know they gotta defenses have to do things to kind of shake up what Dak is seeing, which you made that point, Nicole. Maybe that, like you're saying, maybe he opens up the door. Now he is coming back from an injury. How do they? It sounds like Dani said there's going to kind of be a rotation.
Yeah, that's if he plays. But
if he plays.
That's kind of like Deron Bland. I mean, it's so rare to find a guy like that is equally adept at both inside and outside.
All right, we're going to take our first break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, dive deeper into this matchup. We got Bullseye on Bust also later in the show. We'll be right back with more Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Cowboys Nation, limited single game tickets are available now. Get ready to bring the noise as you watch your Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium when they host NFC East rival Eagles plus the Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, and Cardinals. Visit DallasCowboys.com/tickets or SeatGeek.com, the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Girls talk loud, boys talk slick. Nicole said Aisha got moves real quick. Bree with the stats, Kristi with the facts. Friday night lights, no time to relax. Got my squad tight, like the Dallas team. Yak dropping bombs, CD running free. George Pickens out there pulling studs. Bullseye or bust, no ifs or fronts.
It's time
Bullseye or
for Bullseye.
bust, we don't play soft. Hit the target
That's
clean, take the
It's
edge
great.
off.
Just hype yourself a little bit. I feel like we needed it. Are y'all ready?
Ready?
Bullseye or bust. The Cowboys offense will lead the game in time of possession by at least 5 minutes.
I'm going to go Bullseye. Dallas has performed well offensively at home. It's been on the road that they've had the majority of issues. I think they're averaging over 35 points at home this year.
Over 40.
Over 40 this
over
year.
40 at home.
So I expect for them to kind of do what they've done offensively. It's just, come on with
Please.
it.
By 5 minutes, huh? So
5 minutes. It sounds like a lot of
32 and a half,
time, but if you
27
look
and
at
a half.
games, it's not that. It really don't.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be more bigger plays for the Cowboys with the scoring strike. So I'll go bust. That's a great one, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like that.
That was a good one, girl.
I like that.
Bullseye or bust. Dak Prescott will throw for 300-plus yards and 3+ touchdowns Monday night.
I'll go. Ooh, 3 touchdowns. Well, you know what? I'll go Bullseye because I just said that I'm committed. I said that I think they're going to get some big plays.
Yeah.
So okay, Bullseye. Why be any different at home this week?
That's what I was
than
going to say. I'm going to
than
go
what they've done
Bullseye,
all
too.
year?
Yeah. And I don't know if y'all know the quarterback, but the quarterback be taking stuff personally. And I'm sure he wants to bounce back from that game that he had last week. I expect for him to come out and really be focused and take his shots. So, yes, I'm going to go Bullseye, too.
What are you saying? You think he's going to hit 3 at least?
She like, that's why I'm asking.
I'm asking the questions. So I don't
No,
have to answer.
I'm gonna go bust.
Bust. Okay.
I think I'm gonna
They're gonna get a couple
2
of runs.
passing touchdowns, maybe 2 rushing touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Bullseye. No, it's your turn.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You going to make Kristi do it, too?
Yeah, Chris.
Bullseye or bust.
Okay, that was
Why is
actually
her
not
so
bad.
good?
Yeah, it was actually kind of
What the heck? That's on that radio. Go on, do it, Kristi.
You're sick.
I know.
No,
I feel
you're next.
incompetent. Shoot. Bills, I
it's
can't
okay.
even talk now.
Just take a break. It's all
I
right.
know,
There we
she
go.
just shocked me.
Dallas's run game will average over 5 yards per carry.
Ooh.
Against his run defense?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I just make the statement. That's it.
Well,
you do, but we did say we got Cooper Beebe back.
yeah,
Wow.
the
good one.
double team master.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to.
I think it'll be right at 5.
I was about to say.
so?
A 4.7. A 4.7 of it. It's going to be a bust, but it's going to be close.
All right, bet. But yo, it's your turn.
Oh, God. Kristi's was
tried
so
it.
good. I have to back that up.
Yep.
Okay. But hers was like,
It's okay. Try it again. You got it.
that's all that theater you watching. Bullseye or bust?
There you go. Good job.
That was actually
Okay,
not
that's
bad.
better.
That was better. That was better. All right. I don't know if y'all are. I already know the answer to this one. Cowboys are gonna get 4 sacks Monday night.
Shush.
I'll go bust. I'll go bust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go bust. I'm going to go bust, but I do think they might have some tackles for losses depending on.
Yeah.
You had a really great question. Well, number one, this running back room is different, and so maybe they can catch them in some miscommunications. But to your point about who's playing, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
And Jacoby, despite the fact that he's not as mobile as Murray, he's still a guy that will
Strategic.
scramble a little bit. So I wonder if maybe they get some tackles for loss, or like if he's kind of scrambling trying to find us, because he'll take off, but he's not as quick to do it as a Kyler Murray is.
But the thing about Murray is when you have quarterbacks like that, and including Murray, sometimes instead of getting rid of the ball quickly, they hold on to it. And if you maintain your rush lane discipline, you can get to them. So they will take sacks that the Tom Brady's and Peyton Mannings and slow-footed guys of the world will not take, because they know they're not going to run and they're going to get rid of the ball quickly. So it seems like reverse logic that the guys with the great legs would get sacked, but often that's what happens. The other thing is the Cardinals are allowing about 3.5 sacks a week, so per game. So so you can get to them, but 4 is ambitious.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you for that breakdown. Sure, that part.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I got a little carried away on our bullseye and bust.
We love it.
Playing, girl.
That part. Bullseye or bust. All right, the Cowboys defense will allow under 100 rushing yards on the ground.
Ooh, that depends. Is Murray playing? Because he'll get some yardage with his legs, even though he's coming off a foot injury. I think he's still going to get some yards. May not take off as quickly as if he weren't coming off an injury, but I think they're going to get over 100. So
with no Murray.
I think they're going to get at least 100.
Okay.
Bust.
Bust?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
not gonna get me.
That's okay. All right. Bullseye or bust. Dallas will win by 10 or more points.
Ooh. Wow. Do you want that one, Aisha? I went first last time.
No, barnacles. Say it again.
Dallas will win by 10 or más puntos.
I'm going to say no, but not because of the Cowboys, because we expect them to put up points at home. I'm gonna say no because the Cardinals have a habit of playing close games.
Yeah.
They have a habit of playing close games. But then at the same time, they allow a lot of points in the fourth quarter, so maybe Dallas pulls away in that fourth.
Yeah. Every game the Cardinals have played has been a one-score game this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they've lost 5 in a row, so it's like, oh man, by a combined 13 points for those 5 in a row. So this is going to be a close game. Yeah. The other this is crazy. 2-5 team, and they have scored 153 points and allowed 154. So their point differential is -1, and yet they're 2-5. So they can.
They're not a bad. I meant to ask Dani
bad luck.
About
They. What's the thing? Finish. They've not been able to finish, even though they've had the ball. Even with Brissett in there, they had the ball with throws in the end zone against Green Bay and lost, and then had last possession the previous week and had a chance to win. So this is going to be a close game. So I'm going to go bust.
Bust. All right. Bullseye or bust. The Cowboys will turn the ball over 3 times.
Bust.
Oh, bust. My quarterback ain't doing that anymore. I'm telling y'all, like,
and Arizona at least through their first 7 games have not been good at forcing the turnovers. They're low takeaways. I think they have 7.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Bullseye or bust. Dallas will allow the Cardinals to score 28 points.
Bullseye.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Barnacle. Yeah.
Well,
shiitake mushroom. It's gonna be. We're gonna let them score. The Cowboys gonna let them score how much?
28.
The door. You want to use it?
It's just the fact that we even have to contemplate that at home. I'm gonna go bullseye until I see otherwise.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bullseye or bust. Arizona's defense will record 4 sacks.
Nah.
But bust.
Nah. It's gonna be a bust for me, dog.
Yeah. get rid of the ball. I think they can put some pressure on.
Oh yeah,
sure.
I'm
Hey, Denver, he was completely harassed. That was,
and it wasn't,
and he still was only sacked twice.
Yeah,
because he was able to get rid of the ball.
I think we need to say that, like, he had some picks, but the game as a whole, he did not play terribly given the siege he was under the whole time.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Nicole.
You ready?
Thank you. Yes.
Bullseye or bust. That one's probably my best one. All right. CeeDee Lamb will be held to under 45 receiving yards.
Bust. I think he'll have more.
Oh, it's gonna be a bust. I'll be ready to fight if he will only have 4 or 5 years. But I mean, like she talked about, like Will Johnson's a player, and it's, we'll see how they decide to use him.
Do you think have they traveled anybody this year? I should ask Dani. Dang it, I'll ask her before the game.
I'm gonna see if I can look.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Bullseye or bust. George Pickens will lead the team in receiving yards and have, I'm going to go with 125 receiving yards.
Ooh, 125, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do half? I think he'll lead the team in receiving receptions. I don't know about that. I'd heck with it, Bullseye.
What did you say, 125?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bullseye.
Yeah.
I think he has a couple big plays that make that bigger, and then maybe some. He's becoming a slant monster.
Run after catch is I think it'd be some run after catch yards included in that.
He's so interesting. And he said coming into this year, I think even when you talked to him at training camp, Nicole, he mentioned that he wanted to really show he's a route runner. He's showing that.
Yeah.
He's absolutely showing that he's so quick off the line, y'all. Like his release, he's so sneakily fast out of his releases. Like when he takes that step, I think he's been a great pickup for Dallas so far.
All right, well, ladies, that was a wrap for Bullseye or bust.
Nice one.
That was a good
Great one. Love it.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that was some good ones. Because I sure was like,
Hesitant?
yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah.
Supposed to make your job hard.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take our second break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk. We've got Kristi's Fun Fact Friday coming up right in the show up next. Stick with us here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
The countdown to game day starts with Rally Days, presented by SeatGeek. Enjoy performances from Cat Hasty and other local artists. Get a behind-the-scenes look at AT&T Stadium, meet the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and alumni, and more. Get your tickets for the next Rally Day on November 2nd at AT&TStadium.com/rallydays.
Welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, Kristi Scales, Aisha Morrison, and today is Halloween. What are y'all doing?
Is it?
Yes, girl.
I'm locking the door and eating all the candy instead of handing it out.
Instead of
I
having
just realized it is. I don't know. I might go see a scary movie.
Really? Oh, what's your favorite candy, Kristi?
$100,000 bars.
What is that?
Really?
Well,
With the crunchies
it's
and
like
the
a
caramel?
Nestle's Crunch, but it's not by Nestle. Anyway, it's got the caramel in it.
Yeah, it's the caramels
Yeah.
and then the crunchies.
The chocolate, and
Yeah,
the chocolate
I like that.
and crunchy.
I like a 100-gram bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She
All
got
right.
good taste.
Yeah.
What's my favorite candy?
Yeah.
I think. I'm a sucker for a turtle.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the same. It's like a.
What the hell is that?
It's caramel.
It's caramel. It's got peanut or pecan and covered in chocolate.
It's yum yums.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the Bueno bars. Okay. It's like a bougie Kit Kat. And then I like
Screaming.
y'all. It's Nicole. First of all,
Don't blame me.
don't let her.
Don't blame me.
Yes, because Nicole, y'all don't trust her.
Don't
If
do
you want to know about sweets,
Don't do
you
that.
want to know what's like the good desserts around town, she gonna put you
Not
on.
me. I don't know that.
Wrong.
It's
Yes,
fine.
she do.
Don't snitch on me.
They're good places.
They're really good. All right, Kristi. You got some treats for us. What you got?
Well, since it's a Halloween version of
Okay.
Fun Facts, which means that we got to twist it and make it spooky and scary, and ran across something that explains that is among many things that explains the defensive woes this year for the Cowboys. They're the worst defense in the NFL on third down, right? They've given up the second most yards in the league, over 400 yards a game. But the problem is they're so bad on third down because they're allowing so many yards on first down. What do you think an average gain is on first down? Like if you get 4 or 5 yards on first down, that's good, right? If you're an offense, you want to stay ahead of the sticks. You want to give yourself second and short, third and short. This explains a lot. The Cowboys defense.
Wait, can we guess?
Sure.
They give up 12.
No, 12's way too high.
8.
On first down?
Yeah, on
sorry.
first down.
8.
6.7. That's awful. Nearly 7 yards on first down. So you want to improve your defense. We talk on offense, you have to win first down and stay ahead on the sticks. What the Cowboys defense is doing is they're losing on first down consistently, and giving up big plays. I'll save that for next week because that's too much scariness for one Halloween. So we'll carry that into November and talk about how they've been gashed with so many big plays this year. Okay, I'll say it right now. They've given up, if you combine 10-plus yard runs and 20-plus yard pass plays, that's how you define it, 63 so far this year. Guys, 63 is how many plays there are in an average NFL game.
You said 63?
They've given up 63 big plays this year, combined pass and run. So that's frightening.
Yes.
So appropriate for Halloween. So I'm sorry it's not a fun fact. It's scary facts, but that's what has to improve is being better on first down, limiting the big plays, or it doesn't matter if you're playing Kyler Murray, Jacoby Brissett, or the ghost of Y.A. Tittle. You're not gonna win in this league consistently if your defense is allowing that.
And you know what? Yesterday, we heard from coordinators. We heard from defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus, and he was asked, do you feel like that the players are still kind of getting used to your scheme? He said he doesn't think it's that. So how do y'all fix these defensive woes? Because we're hearing the word fundamentals get thrown around, better practice get thrown around, execute get thrown around as well.
Yes, and yes.
When you ask the guys, there's confusion there. So yeah, I mean, how do you get better?
Look, here's the thing: alignment, assignment, execution.
I was about to say.
And they're missing. Not every person, every play. All it takes is one misidentification, one miscommunication. But the very basics of defensive football: alignment, assignment, execution. And there are breakdowns at each of those levels at too many points in the game by too many different players. You can't blame it all on youth. You can't blame it all on injuries and all the substitutions and the like. So, it's very basic, and that's what makes it so frustrating. If it were one thing that you can identify, then maybe you could fix it. But it's
so
the
many
different breakdowns. Yeah.
All right, it's time for our farmer's dog. No, that was bad. It's time for our farmer's dog. That was still not scary enough. Dog of the game. All right, Roof, what y'all got?
My dog of the game. I think the dog of the game is going to be. I'm gonna give it to Donovan Izaraku. I know, like we've been talking about ad nauseum, like him getting closer and stuff like that. But I feel like he's gonna really start turning these into sacks and to really start affecting the passer. And I think this is a game where you're gonna need him to. And I think he is coming out of his cage a little bit.
Fair.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I want to be different. I'm gonna go Brevin Spanford. I said him.
You said him the other week, and he was out there rolling.
Yeah, but I don't want to see him too much blocking. I want to see him a little bit more in the passing game, just because you already know what you're getting out of Jake Ferguson and the other guys. I want to see him a little bit more. Give this defense from Arizona something to kind of think about a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go Brevin Spanford.
Okay.
All right. I'm going Jake Ferguson. He was shut out last week and missed National Tight Ends Day. I think Monday night's going to be National Tight Ends night because with McBride and Ferguson out there, the top two tight ends in the league this year. And statistically and production-wise, truly production-wise and what they've meant to their team. So Ferguson, that's my guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Been great.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Be
I hope
careful.
it's a treat for the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. But we be back Tuesday, right? Tuesday, yes, that's the next day. We'll be back at 8 a.m. That's a wrap for today's show. For Kristi Scales, Aisha Morrison, I'm Nicole Hutchison. We'll see y'all back here next week.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!